So, so yesterday we did an introduction to the objects that will lead to creation of a project, and we had decided that we are going to do a dairy project, and we managed to do like two main tables. We did an extension. We also did a number of objects in terms of the pages, including the extension and another object called the enum, which we managed to utilize one of them. So this is the setup table. Of course, the primary key must be there, and you can add as many fields as you can, depending on the tables that you need, or rather the fields that you need to be used to set up a given record. For instance, we are having a milk collection in our dairy project. We have a number which is the primary key of this record called milk collection header. So down here, we did a trigger on insert, and we had to declare two variables. One variable which is very a must or necessary in this case is the setup table that you've created. You might have created a different with a different name, but if you've created with this name, then you can always choose that the variable name depending on how best you understand your table or your setup table. Another thing which is also good is the number series, not the number series code unit that is used to auto increment the numbers that you've told your program to pick from, and then you always specify the number in this table, in the setup table. And then of course you'll have to do these few lines of code, but the most important line is this line 78, where you are instructing number series through its own agent called the get next number to go to your setup table and take this field. You see this field I called collection number. It's like you are telling it go to that setup table and then get me this number and then increment by one. Whatever I've given you, if I've given you like ME, then it's like ME001, so you'll have to do ME002 if at all there was a pre-existing number. So anyway, I'm going to publish this source code, which I'm publishing. Should be done in a few seconds, and then I'll try to demonstrate a few things from the front end. So this is the role center. I'll go back to our role center. We had created this dairy role center. We have this layout. Layout ends at line 16 in this case. Of course, it's the normal page, but then the page type is role center because it's a role center. And then I was told about the layout. So layout have areas, but in this case we only have the role center area where we're choosing to have it as greetings. This is the part I'm calling the greetings part. It's a part that I'm calling the greetings. We also have the actions which span from line 17 onwards to line 46 there. So we have sections, we have areas, we have area section, and we also have area embedding. I'm going to show you what that means. You see at the top of this page right here where my pointer is hovering through, this is called sections, and sections normally have groups. There's no way you can have a section without groups. Groups are these things that you are seeing that are popping when you click on like milk collection. You have two links. These two links can still be groups where when you click it gives you another drop down. This other part is called it's an area under the actions in role center page. It's called as embedding. Embedding do not have groups. It do not have something like this milk collection where you click and then it pops up some other things. This one only heads directly to the main thing that you've instructed it to do. If it's to open a report, a page or something or some other objects, it will open it directly. Like if we are going to open the vendors, it opens the vendors. These are the default vendors from the Microsoft 365 Business Central. And then this is our setup table that I was explaining. And then we had created a table on this page. this page using an integer as the primary key, which we doesn't matter for now, but it matters because we didn't create that one. But automatically, anything that is an integer, it automatically creates a zero for that matter. So whenever we have another table that we need us to have auto-populating number, or rather number series, we'll just come and add a field down here, and then we'll give a number that links to, we need to link it to the number series. Number series is a table that pre-exists. Is it a standard? Yeah, it's a standard table in Business Central. Now, you link it through this feature right here. You go to the setup. You can see there is a line 15 in this collection number. The collection number is this one. However, this is in a page. So now, this is the number series. It has one primary key, which is why we don't have to specify that we want to get the code. It will still work anyway. But then whenever a table has one primary key, you can always call the table alone, and then it will give you the key. So something that I would like to go back and explain is on how we use this number. We used it in getting to auto-populate the numbers, and I said on insert is this is a standard procedure, and let me differentiate between this standard and maybe my procedure. I can create a procedure like my procedure. This is a procedure that I can just change name to anything, maybe to anything, and then I'll run my code here, and then this will be it will be executed when I say execute. For instance, now if I'm going to run anything in this table, this function will never do anything. It will just be like a man on the top doing nothing, because I've not instructed anything to use this. You can see it has 0 references, but if I'm going to have it inside here, you can see it will have it has a 1 reference. So it will mean after our line 78 runs, this is on insert. Anytime we insert a field, insert a data in this table, it will run this procedure. Anyway, I'll just delete that because I was just demonstrating between standard procedures and the custom procedures. Anyway, we'll touch on procedures some other time. Finally, we did an extension. This is a page extension, or rather a table extension. We were extending this. This is a vendor table. This is data from the vendor table. It's actually the vendor list from the Microsoft Dynamics 365. And since we didn't have a field name vendor type, we decided explicitly that we are going to include one, so that it will take care of our little problem where we were trying to categorize our vendors. We had other ways to do that. We would have done that through posting groups or something else, but we chose to do that so that we bring in the concept of understanding what exactly is table extension. And then table extension is coupled up with a page. You can decide to have a new page, but you can always good to have a page extension where you are now bringing into light the field that you had extended from the standard table. And then when you do this, you need to first extend the table, not the table, but the page that you want to see this field. And then you will always put it inside a layout, and then you must say whether you are putting it you are adding it after or before or first or last. Last means it will come at the last of huko chini kabisa, the mwisho huko, like the end of the card. First will come on the top, and then this other add before and then add after. It's like you are adding after a given field. So and then I'll touch on this. This is an enumerator. It's an enum. It works more of it's like an option, but it gives you a drop down of many of these things. So that was just a recap on what happened when we were doing the number series and creation of tables and pages, enums, table extension, and page extension.